What's up, everyone, and welcome back once again. I'm going to start off by saying that we are so lucky to witness this historical moment. We may see the share price of a company with a $2 billion market cap double more than once very, very soon. You don't want to miss this opportunity, and I will explain exactly why the odds may very well be in our huge favor here. Now, I know I sound unrealistic, but as I said, this is truly historical, and if you just give me 5 minutes to explain, you will understand exactly why this trade is very, very different from anything that you have ever seen before. The reason the GME stock has gained so much attention is because it is loaded with rocket fuel in the form of stock shorting. 144% of GameStop shares have been shorted, and I'm going to explain in 10 seconds how this is possible for those of you who don't already know. Shorting a stock is borrowing a stock from a broker, then you sell the stock that you borrowed and you get money, and then you are obligated to buy the stock back in the future and give it back to your broker. If the stock price goes down after you shorted, you make a profit because you can buy it back for a lower price. If instead the price goes up by, let's say, 1,000%, you lose a lot of money, and you can't wait forever until the stock price goes down again because you need to repay your broker in a limited amount of time. The bulls, however, the buyers and the holders can wait forever, and they can just keep on pushing the price up until eventually short sellers will be forced to buy the stock back at a much higher price than where they sold. And in this case, the short sellers need to buy an amount of shares that is much higher than how many shares that actually exist. Now, this creates a very special situation, and here's the funny part. Imagine that you are a short seller and you just lost a ton of money, especially as the price just doubled in 2 days. The amount of money that you owe your broker just doubled in 2 days. From here, the short sellers have two options. Option number one, you can try to borrow even more shares from your broker that you can keep on selling to push the stock price down. And in the future, when the price is low again, you can buy the shares back and cover your loan. But this means you are also digging the hole in which you are stuck in even deeper. And if the stock price goes up further, you lose even more money. Option number two is to simply buy back the stocks you owe and give them to your broker. This means that you accept your loss and you move on. But it's a big loss, so maybe it's not that easy. But at least you know that you won't lose any more money. Now, most shorters are still trying hard to push the price back down with option number one. The problem is that the GME hype is only growing and only pushing the price higher. Shorters are hoping for the hype to die out and for profits to be taken, but the hype is, in my opinion, simply too strong. And as soon as just a few shorters give up on option number one and choose option number two instead, a chain reaction will start where the short sellers will realize they are too weak, and with exploding speed, more and more short sellers will turn to number two to compete in getting out of their sinking ship as soon as possible so that they lose as less as possible. This is the rocket fuel that will send the GME to the moon. Exponentially, more and more short sellers previously pushing the price down will instead start to push the price up. The demand for the stock will become so high as soon as only a few of the short sellers give up. This way, the balance is completely broken, and suddenly the demand is another 144% of all the stocks that exist. What determines the stock price will only be where people are willing to sell, of course, and I believe that most people are hoping and expecting the price to go to $100 to $400, and this will become a self-fulfilling prophecy because there is no one else left willing to sell their stocks to the shorters who must buy them. Like someone commented on my last video, the shorters are in spaceships inches from a black hole, and as soon as one spaceship is consumed, the black hole grows just a little stronger. But with this tiny difference, the black hole grows strong enough to start to consume more and more spaceships and keeps growing at an exponential rate. If the short squeeze is successful, we will for sure see price increases of hundreds of percent. If we will succeed, no one can tell with full certainty, but me, Jim Cramer from CNBC, and tens of thousands of Wall Street Bets members strongly believe that we will see the price skyrocket very, very soon. But what happens when all of the rockets are consumed by the black hole? What happens when there are no shorters left to buy your extremely overvalued stocks? The answer is simple. We crash back down as there is no demand left for the stock. The rocket ship that flew us to the moon with immense speed will send us back down even quicker. That's why you need to be very cautious and trade this enormous spike correctly. How to do just that I will talk about in the next video. So if you want to know how to actually make profits on this odd moment in history and how to sell at the right time, make sure you are subscribed. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Also remember that none of this is financial advice. I am only sharing my own analysis on the stock, and you should make your own one too. And never invest what you cannot afford to lose. Thanks for watching and see you next time.